YouTube. All right. Hi. Day number 12 of my 360-day challenge. So day number 11 was yesterday, and I did it in my live feed. So in case you missed that, that is in my lives, not in my recorded videos. And it is, it's my story. It's my life story. You know, it's a little triggering, so insert trigger warning if you do decide to watch it. But day number 12, we are here. We are here. We are showing up. We pushed record. Okay, we pushed record, and that's all that matters. All that matters is that we are showing up. We are showing up, and we are going to try to provide some sort of either entertainment, like you either got to provide entertainment or you got to provide education or comedy or whatever it is that you do. All right, like you don't have to show up and perform all of those things at all of the time. You know, as long as you're showing up and providing some sort of value. All right, some sort of value. Rather it be some crazy story you want to tell, you know, something that happened to you throughout the day, sharing your kitty cats or your puppy dogs or your bearded dragons or your whatever you got going on, like sharing your crafts. Like there's so many talented people out there that are hiding away and they're not showing their world their talent. Like the world needs you. The world needs to see your talent, what you do, how you are creative, your story. They need to hear your story. Okay. We hide ourselves away because we're so scared. And the biggest, you know what the hardest part is? Starting. The hardest part is just doing it. Just starting. Just taking that first step to actually do it. Because the more you do it, the more you just end up comfortable with it. You know, anything that they call it outside of your comfort zone. It might be outside of your comfort zone, but your comfort zone ends up expanding to include whatever it is that's uncomfortable for you. Like when I started doing this, it was uncomfortable. Like talking to the camera, going live, like, oh my God, when I first went live, like I was scared to death when I had 5 people in there. You know, and I used to be a lead singer of a punk rock band singing for like hundreds of people, right? But going live with the 5 people in my chat room was like nervous, you know? And now it's like no big deal, right? So you have to start, just start. Just start. It might be super awkward, totally awkward, you know, all sloppy, you know, gurky, disorganized, not quite put together. But that's the beauty of the journey, is learning how to put all those pieces together. Like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should go with this angle instead of that angle. Maybe I should try this light instead of that light. Maybe I should, you know, try this instead of doing that. Like you get to see your progress. You get to see how more comfortable you become throughout the process. Like everybody starts, like when you first play a violin, right? You think any violin player that first picked up a violin sounded good? Hail to the nah. All right. That is some screechy, obnoxious sound right there of somebody learning how to play a violin or a viola or whatever. But eventually the notes start coming out perfect. That bow starts riding them strings all beautifully, right? It doesn't happen like that instantaneously. Nobody is born with the instant knowledge. You know, some are born a little bit better than others, but we're not going to get mad at the fish for not being able to climb the tree, right? Like you're going to be mad at a fish because he's not talented enough to climb the tree? No, you're not going to judge the fish. So there are some things that other people are just going to be naturally better at. That's more of their environment. That's more of their element. And there's nothing wrong with you finding your own element, all right? Like, don't beat yourself up if you can't climb a tree because you're a fish, you know? You're a fish. Your talents are swimming. That tree can't swim, right? So don't beat yourself up for the things that you aren't naturally talented at. But you can teach yourself anything. You want to learn a new language? Shoot, there's so much information on the internet. You can learn, you can put it on your earphones when you go to sleep at night, right? Wake up in the morning speaking some other language. Like, how did I learn how to do that? Like, our brains are so powerful. It's like muscle memory, right? Our brains are a muscle. So in order to train that muscle, it takes practice. It takes determination. It takes repetitive. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. At first, it's going to suck. At first, you're going to suck probably. You know, at first I sucked. That's for sure. But I kept plugging in, kept showing up, keep showing up. It don't matter. Day in, day out. Give it a shot, right? You can even practice with yourself. Talk, record, and then watch it and be like, okay, I'll try something a little bit different. Get used to talking. to the camera, you know, or to your phone. Just talk into it. Say some stuff. See what it looks like. Change some things. Make some adjustments. But whatever it is that you do, start. Start it now. Do it now. Okay? I'm waiting. I'm like, if you start your podcast, you start your YouTube channel, hit me up. I will support you. I will support you. All right? Because I know what it feels like to just get started. Just to go. You know, that's like going to the gym, which I need to get back into. But every time that I tried to go to the gym, like it would be like pulling tooth and nails to get ready and to go. But every single time I was there, I was like, wow, I feel really amazing. Like, I'm really glad that I got here and that I'm here. And I haven't forgot that feeling. I need to get up and go, right? And put my money where my mouth is and show up and do that. But you just got to show up. You just got to start. Start. Right? So I learned something new. I learned this new, like, hypothesis, feeling about the law of reversibility. Have you ever heard of the law of reversibility? I've heard of the law of attraction, for the law of manifestation. You know, I've heard of the law of vibration. I've heard of all kinds of those, but I've never heard of the law of reversibility. And it totally made sense to me. Like, you could turn steam into water and water into steam. They're both the exact same thing, just on a different vibration, right? They vibrate differently. They end up in a different molecular structure because of because of how they vibrate differently. So it's like you can reverse engineer stuff. Like you can reverse engineer stuff from the quantum field into reality, right? If circumstances can produce a feeling, then a feeling can produce a circumstance. Mass turns into energy, and then energy turns into mass. So if you can think it, then that means it already exists in the quantum field somewhere. Somewhere in the possible, in the realm of possible possibilities, your dreams and desires exist. So learning how to like reverse engineering, like as a machinist, like sometimes we'll take parts and turn it into a blueprint, and other times we'll take blueprints and turn them into parts, right? Same thing with sewing. You can take apart a whole shirt and turn it into a whole new shirt and get the pattern for it. You could take the pattern and turn it into a shirt, or you could take a shirt and turn it into a pattern, right? The same thing works with manifestation. The law of reversibility. I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm going to have to study a little bit more into that. But I thought it was a really interesting concept that I wanted to share with you guys. The law of reversibility. Never heard of that one before. Something to ponder. And, yeah. Love yourself. All right? Nobody's going to be there for you like you are. You are your caregiver. From the moment you're born, like you had a caregiver, you know, but you are in charge of your soul. As an adult, you're your own caregiver. Ain't nobody going to come and rescue you. Ain't nobody going to take care of you like you take care of you. Make sure that you're being good to yourself. Okay? Because what would you do today if you were taking care of your human? If you had your human to take care of, what would you do today? You are your human. Take care of yourself. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. All right. This was day number 12. I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 13. Love you. Vroom, beep, beep. Bye-bye.